Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about a habit that I think all music producers should develop, which really helps to save you a lot of time and frustration in the end. And it's kind of two in one. And after I talk about this specific habit, I'm actually going to show you a little bonus tool that you can use to really make this habit even more powerful. So stay tuned. So what is it? Basically, the two-in-one is you should be saving multiple instances of your project, and you should occasionally be backing up your project folder onto a separate hard drive. And I'm going to show you how to do both right now. And so I've got this project here. It's called Bloom for Me. And if you look up here, it says Bloom for Me 18. And so for me, this might have gotten a little bit excessive, but at the same time, there's no rule that says you can't save as many projects as you would like. And so if I go to save live set as, you will see that it started off with Bloom for Me, and then Bloom for Me 1, 2, 3, and so on until now I'm all the way up till 18. And then once I get closer to maybe the mix stage, I might start labeling it mixing or even Bloom for Me final when I'm close to the actual end of finishing up the track. It's important if you're using Ableton to also collect all and save every now and then as well. It's going to help Ableton run faster. It's going to back up those files that you may have gotten in a splice folder or your vocal files recorded in another folder. They're going to consolidate them and put them into the Ableton project folder as well. That's just a little bonus tip there. And then also, if you see here, I've got the project, I've got this whole project. You can really simply just hold down Control or right click and hit copy and put it onto a separate drive. I've got multiple drives hooked up to this PC, but if you don't have that, if you're on a Mac or a laptop or whatever, you can simply take an external hard drive. You can find them pretty cheap on Amazon, hook up to your laptop or your Mac, and then just drag over your project file. And I would recommend doing this probably once or twice a week. In case your desktop drive ever fails, now you'll have a backup. And let's say you're working on something really important, like a project that you're really loving. If your hard drive fails and you lose everything, it can be really devastating. And if you're working on, let's say, mixing for a client or producing for a client and you lose all that, well, that can be, even worse in some ways. So that's kind of like the main point I want to get across in this video. And it's a little boring, it's a little simple, but I promise you it can really help save you a lot of frustration in the end. It's just a good habit to develop over time. And to demonstrate, let's say you're mixing vocals and you have a lot of effects on them and you've tuned them and then you bounce them in place in order to save kind of some CPU, and then you save over that project and you're using one project file. Well, what if you want to go back and make a change? Now you can't, now you're stuck. And that can be very frustrating. So the key is to save multiple instances just like that. And here's the bonus, okay? I've got this plugin here called Cartograph. And what this does, this allows you to save snapshots of your mix. And I'm going to demonstrate how to do it and how it can be so powerful. And it basically, the key idea is making sure that you're actually making improvements with your track going forward. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start the track here and I'm going to hit record. And in Cartograph, you can record up to 3-minute snapshots. The default is 30 seconds. In this case, I'm going to be going a little bit longer than that, but I'm going to show you. So I'm going to hit record. I'm going to show you how it records, but then I'm going to go ahead and go over to this snapshot over here. That's the one I recorded earlier because it does take as much time as recording, through. So I'll show you. So let's hit record and hit play. And also, if you have like a drop section or something, you can also loop. It coincides with Ableton's loop. So if I were to play this in the loop, it would record a perfect loop. So let's say you want to listen to the drop section over and over again and compare to your current mix with your past mix. It can work just like that as well. And so I'm going to go ahead. I've got it armed. I'm going to hit play and let's go ahead and check out recording a snapshot.
You're so beautiful in the sunlight, and I gave you all of mine. Helped you grow, would have stayed in the sky for the whole night. I only ever wanted your company, but now I don't even have the energy to try.
Okay, just for sake of time, I didn't record this whole thing, but you can see here, this is the snapshot. And then if I click here, this is the snapshot of the entire part of the track. If I click,
You're so beautiful in the sunlight, and I gave you all of mine.
it is a perfect WAV file of the mix where it's at. And then I can save as, and this says snapshot 1, But, I could save, like, let's say I'm a little bit earlier on, Bloom for Me 1. I can save a snapshot for each instance of my track. And then I know I can listen back and then know that I'm improving. And another really cool feature is if I highlight which snapshot I want, and I click right here, I can do send snapshot to listen. If I click that, it's sending to listen, and it's actually sending over to here, which corresponds with your account. And then I can actually listen instantly on my phone anywhere I would like. There is an app coming soon. The app is getting accepted into Apple and the Play Store now. You'll have an app on your phone where you can send snapshots, or you can export your track. And as long as you have it in the whatever folder you want, send audio file to listen. You can send any audio file to the app immediately. One more thing I want to add is if you go over to settings, go down to snapshot captures. If it's on mix, then it's only going to get the mix, anything that's pre-mastering. If you put on master, and now if I were to go ahead and turn some processing on, turn the mastering on, and then play the track.
You're so beautiful in the sunlight, and I gave.
And let's say I get up to a loudness level that I want. I do some actual mastering here, do some limiting, and then I could record another snapshot, and it's going to be mastered. I can send that to listen and listen to it anywhere I want, and to really be able to reference my track on any speakers, like your car or whatever, anything I want. And so I wanted to talk about this. This is Cartograph, and I developed this plugin. It's the most, in my opinion, it's the best referencing plugin on the market and allows you to master as well. And so go ahead, look in the description below, grab a free trial, check it out. I'm really confident it will help you when it comes to your mixing and making decisions. And it has this processing, this easy mastering processing tab set up to just guide you through mastering and have a great master as well. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys again next time.